Yeah.
Hi, I'm David Felice from Thermal XR, and we're here at the Commonwealth Bank today in Warners Bay, New South Wales, to apply the Thermal XR process on site to existing condenser coils. Today we are going to apply a three-stage process: Thermal XR Prep, Thermal XR Activate, and Thermal XR Restore. The first step in the process is using Thermal XR Prep. Thermal XR Prep will degrease and clean the coil, rust convert the coil, and remove any loose particles from the surface, leaving it ready for the next process. So this is an ideal coil for the Thermal XR process. It's probably 10 years old. There is corrosion on this coil. So this, the three-step process is really going to be able to remove any loose particles, convert any rust, really prepare the surface and add to the thermal conductivity of this coil by coating it with Thermal XR Restore. Before applying prep, we want to wet down the coil. We don't need to apply too much pressure yet. We just want to do it with a garden hose size pressure. So Thermal XR Prep is a concentrate, so we're going to make 5 litres ready to use for 1 square metre of coil soak. So we're going to put the concentrate in. Thermal XR Prep, we're going to do 500 mils. So now using Thermal XR Prep, we've got the ready to made solution with 5 litres. Just using a pressure washer, we apply it to the coil. Just working our way down the coil. This will give us the rust conversion, degreasing, and remove any loose rust particles from the surface of the aluminium. After Thermal XR has been soaked in for 5 minutes, it's ready to wash off. Now we're at the second phase of the process, applying Thermal XR Activate. Thermal XR Activate is a nano coating that's left on the surface of the aluminium to maximise adhesion of Restore. So second step, Thermal XR Activate. We need 100 mils of concentrate to give us 5 litres of ready to use product to give us 1 square metre of coil soak. So once again, with the second step, Thermal XR Activate, just applied with a pressure washer, we apply it to the coil. This coil is 1 square metre of coil, so we will use 5 litres of ready to use product to soak. Soaking the coil from both sides. Now we've applied Thermal XR Activate. We must rinse off Thermal XR Activate with a pressure washer or a garden hose. So now we're at the third part of the process, which is applying Thermal XR Restore. Before we apply Thermal XR Restore, you can see the team here. We're straightening out any fins, making sure we've got straight fins as much as possible, and we are putting the fans back on to dry the coil. We must have a dry surface before applying Thermal XR Restore. So before filling the gun or applying the coating, the main thing is we must give Thermal XR Restore, a really good mix, with a drill or with a hand paint stirrer. One litre of Thermal XR Restore will give you enough coverage to coat 1 square metre of coil both sides. Obviously we want a clean professional job, so we'll tape up existing areas where we're going to spray that we don't want coated. Now applying Restore. Restore is just a water-based coating. General PPE should be used, a mask, glasses and gloves. Now we're going to proceed with 3 coats. The first coat we're going to do direct on at 90 degrees from top to bottom. That's our real penetration coat, really getting into the coil. Then we're going to go from left to right at 45 degrees, and then the final coat right to left 45 degrees. Now, to get a uniform coat, we're going to go from left to right, 45 degrees from top to bottom. Now for the final coating, 45 degrees, right to left, all the way from top to bottom. Now we've finished putting 3 coats of Restore onto the coil. Any leftover Restore that's left in the gun can simply be put back in the tin. Make sure the tin is airtight and stored out of sunlight. Cleaning the guns, please only use water. Please don't use any other solvents. We don't want any contamination. So any leftover, there's no waste of the Restore product, can be put back into the drum. Now we simply peel off. We have now completed the job of Thermal XR at the Warners Bay site of Commonwealth Bank. The coils were not in the greatest condition, being close to the sea here. They had a lot of corrosion due to salt exposure. We applied the 3-step Thermal XR process: TXR prep, activate and restore. The job came up pretty good. We were happy with the results. We just want to thank Grosvenor for their assistance on this job. The job probably took in total about 4 hours, which is good time. Thanks again from Thermal XR.